Tax Goddess community, we are on a mission here to hit 100,000 subscribers, but we need your help. What we've noticed is right now about 81% of you are watching our videos, but you're not subscribed. If you're enjoying the content and finding value in it, please hitting the subscribe button would make a huge difference in our channel. It would help us grow and reach more people who desperately need our tax strategies to keep their money in their pocket, just like you guys. So it only takes a click and it continues to help us bring more of the content that you love. Plus, of course, don't forget to like and share for anyone that could benefit from the tips that we provide. Thanks so much for being a part of the journey with us. Hey everyone, I'm so excited about going to this IRS conference. I know, I'm a complete tax nerd. I get it, okay? But there are three bullet points that are really at the top of my mind, because the IRS keeps kind of dripping out this content, these little notices, these little changes that are not quite so little. And so, of course, I want to deep dive on these things with the IRS when I get to the IRS National Forum that is happening in California in September. So in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I know, I'm totally nerding out. I get it. So listen, here's the deal. Okay. There are these three pieces of intel that I am trying to gather, because the IRS has a new major focus, and it's on you guys. It's on the high net worth business owner. Okay. They've announced new initiatives. They're funding audits specifically to pursue high income taxpayers. So there's three main things that I want to get out of the IRS when I get to that conference. Okay. So the first one is they are specifically stating that they are increasing audits and on the ultra high net worth and the high net worth and on non-filers. Now, you guys are not the non-filers, because otherwise you wouldn't be here, right? I mean, you guys have all filed your tax returns, right? Right? Pretty please make sure you're filing, because if you don't file, they're gonna come look and they're gonna find out why you're not filing. Okay, so especially if you're making money, make sure you're filing. File on time. File if you can. You really want to file in the summertime, like July, August, September. You want to be filing not before the March 15th and April 15th, but not right up against that deadline. You want to be filing kind of in that summertime. Okay. So for my non-filers, they're focused on about 125,000 audits that have not filed the federal tax returns. This is going all the way back to 2017. So please get yourself caught up. Make sure that you're filing all your tax returns. Now, the second area that they are focusing on specifically with these non-filers is people that have made more than $400,000 worth of income that have failed to file. And they're looking at forms like W-2s, 1099s. This is what they're going after. They've already recovered about $172 million. So they are definitely hunting my non-filers that have made money that is traceable money, right? W-2s, 1099s, interest income, dividend incomes, this kind of thing, okay? So I want to find out from the IRS, so who else are they going after, right? I want to know increased audits. How is this going to impact my normal filers, right, that are making, because do you guys remember we had an article that came out from the IRS, I think it was about 8 months ago, maybe a year ago now, that said that they're going after anyone that makes $1 million or more per year. And then they have a separate range of audits for people making 10 million or more per year. So I want to learn all about the new audit schedules. Who are they going after? And why do I want to know about the audit schedules? Other than, of course, let's get our income below those limits legally, of course. They are going after people that are focused on what they consider to be aggressive strategies. Now, this is specifically targeting taxpayers who have engaged in listed transactions, okay? Listed transactions. Now, a really good example of a listed transaction, and if you type this into Google, what are the listed transactions? It will bring you that list, okay? Listed transactions, one of the biggest ones that we've seen over the past 5-7 years is I'm going to put in $200,000 and I'm going to get a charity write-off for 5 times, 10 times, $1 million, $2 million. That is one of the listed transactions. It's considered, many times we see them as conservation easements. Sometimes we've seen them as artwork donations. So the IRS is specifically going after those listed transactions or looking at them hyper closely, which means, what do you guys want? You want great documentation, as I've always said, Great documentation. Keep your records. Make sure that you've got all of your files, all your ducks in a row, okay? Why did you make the donation? Why did you invest in this partnership? If you invested only purely for the tax benefits, the IRS doesn't like that very much, right? And I'm not saying you're automatically going to get into trouble, but the IRS likes to see people do things for a reasonable business reason, right? So was the return on investment really good, right? What you were promised as return on investment, was it really good? Did you know the people you were investing with from another deal and you liked them and you trusted them, and so you thought this was going to be a good deal as well, right? So what are those non-tax reasons that you got into XYZ investment from that standpoint? Okay, so make sure that's in your files as well. So that's point 2, is the IRS is going after some of what they consider aggressive strategies. And of course, they're always looking at red flags. So just make sure that your tax strategies are legally sound, they're super well documented, you have a clear paper trail, you have a backup for every deduction. These are the things I've been telling you guys for years. And of course, you guys know, if you're a client of ours under our tax strategy program, document is absolutely everywhere in all of our paperwork. Make sure that you keep documentation, because if they come to ask, it's okay if they come to ask, but you better have the paperwork to say, this is why I did it. This is XYZ reason why I made this choice. So document, okay? So that's the second piece. I want to know what strategies, like what are they looking at? Where are they going? Okay. And the third thing, of course, is the big, beautiful bill. All right. I want to know, since it's now been signed into law, we've got some temporary cuts are permanent now. We've got some new provisions, especially, of course, including the 100% bonus depreciation is back, and making the 20% QBI, qualified business income deduction, permanent. I want to deep dive into what else, right? What other goodies, what other gems are hidden in that bill that we can actually use for our clients? So, as always, guys, it is a part of my job to know all the things about tax, right? Whether it's the positive side of how do we get a new deduction, a new strategy that's legal above board, and the not so positive side of what's going to get you audited so that we can keep you away from the not so positive side. Okay. So, guys, I'm so excited. I know it's still like 2 weeks away, but I'm just way too excited. So if you are looking to see how a little proactive tax planning can help you save your first million, reach out to our team. Okay, it's time that you build a tax fortress, okay, that you have all your documents and you have all your plans and you know exactly what to do and what steps to take. Let us create a custom plan that leverages the latest laws and protects your business from unnecessary scrutiny. Okay, so reach out to us. Strategic tax coaching plan. That's what we do. That's what we build. We teach you how to do what you need to do and do it right. So reach out and we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day, y'all. And I'm going to try to go live from the IRS conference just so you can see kind of like the mass craziness that happens at the IRS conference. I can't promise, but I'm going to try. Okay. I don't know if they'll let us film. That's a great question. I've never tried. I don't want to get in trouble. Anyway, we'll try, and we'll see what happens. All right. Y'all have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.